reprobate mind. Understand? Men with men, woman with woman, reprobate mind, because they fulfilling the desires of Satan. That's what they're doing. But we, in the truth, no, we're not supposed to go there. They go ahead up.
And were by nature the children of wrath.
Yeah, see, we were by nature the children of wrath. See, because we were following the ways and the courses of the world. So you became the children of wrath. And the Most High teaches you the type of plagues He sends on the children of disobedience, on people that deserve punishment for their sins. See? And that's what you see out there. Because, you know, when we see our people getting killed and all that by Esau and the enemy, we want to help them, but we'll be in the way of what? See? Most High's judgment on them. The Most High got a certain judgment on our people that these things are happening to. It's judgment on them. Understand? So sometimes you don't want to get in the way. So that's why when we go out there and speak, we speak on it and why these things are happening to our people. But to try to stop it from happening, remember the Most High His prophecy's got to be fulfilled. God. It has to happen. I know we hate it, but it has to happen. See? It has to come to pass. See? Okay, go ahead up.
Even as others. But the Most High, who is rich in mercy, for His great love wherewith He loved us.
See? So the Most High is rich in mercy. Again, giving you grace, long suffering. So the Most High has given us the ability to come recognize the truth, learn the truth, and come in and then reform ourselves, redeem ourselves in the spirit of truth. And this is what's happening here. So this is why you keep coming back, because you know. See? You have to be redeemed. You know. You know what's out there now. And you don't want that to come back upon you. We've seen it too many times. Brother left the truth, started eating pork again. Now you got heart problems. Yeah. Okay, so why would you do that? Understand? Why would you go leave the truth, go back out there and start eating pork again? Who does that? You know what I'm saying? So what are you trying to prove? You're not proving nothing.
No, they're trying to prove that we're not under the law.
Under the law, okay.
They can do what they want to do.
Yeah.
That's the mentality.
Yeah, but now you done brought yourself heart problems.
Got it.
That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. So now, and did the Most High do that? No, you did it. Because you went back out there and ate pork. And the brother did. He started eating pork and then had a, big thing about, you don't, like Ben said, you don't have to keep the law and so forth. Okay. And now the consequences are on you now. Okay, the result of your actions, the consequences are now you got heart problems.
So even if doctors say it's not healthy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. And and the reason why we know, the brother came here, and we spoke to him, but now he's sickly now.
Right.
Yeah.
Clean your house. Well, not no more, but now he's doing the right thing now.
Yeah. See, the Most High's long suffering. How about that? See? But I'm just saying, but you see what can happen. Understand? So go ahead up. Was that it? Would you read to? You read to? Okay. Okay, no, that's it. That's it. Get 1 Corinthians 15 and 50. 1 Corinthians 15 and 50. Hey, Quara. I want you to get Quara in the Apocrypha. All right. Ecclesiastes 17:31. But you read that out.
1 Corinthians 15, verse 50. Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom.
See what the Most High says? Flesh and blood can't inherit. Because the flesh is fleshly. The flesh is carnal. Understand? Flesh and blood cannot inherit. The flesh, Satan can guide the flesh. Satan controls, the weakly flesh. Understand? Go ahead up.
Neither doth corruption inherit incorruption.
So how about that? So corruption cannot inherit incorruption. Understand? So that's why the Most High teaches you have to be what? Reborn again? Remember that? First you're born of the water, then you're born of the Spirit. Why the Most High says, them that worship me must worship me in what? In spirit and in truth. Okay? Most High not dealing with the carnal world at all, period. Okay? So that's why you got to leave that behind. So corruption cannot inherit incorruption. Go ahead.
Verse 51. Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep,
We're not all going to sleep. Go ahead.
but we shall all be changed.
Yeah, we're going to be changed. See, right now you're coming into the truth and you're learning. That's a process of what? Change.
Right.
Change. You're in the process of change. You're being reformed, redeemed. Yeah. And I got news for you, brother. The kingdom's going to come in stages. It's not going to be no one-shot deal. Okay? It's going to be done in stage here, stage there. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you said, we're going to be evolved into the kingdom of heaven in stages.
Till they reach that apex.
Till we reach the apex, right? It's not going to be boom, we're in the kingdom all of a sudden. Come on.
Right.
Most High does not work that way. Did Esau get America one-shot deal? No, it came in stages, brother. Understand? Well, we're going to have to deal with Esau. Let's say go back to, when we would come out of Egypt. Did we get it in one day? No, 40 years in the wilderness. Understand? And still, when we got into the land of Canaan, everything just wasn't right there. We had to work at it, you know what I'm saying? And build upon it, and build upon it, and build upon it.
Right.
Until it reached that apex. The height of it might have been like David and Solomon, right? David and Solomon's time, but then after that, we sinned, so it went down.
Right.
But still, so the same thing here. Understand? So it's going to be done in stages. There's going to be Israelites, there's going to be brothers who are delivered from the four corners, right? If the angels are going to come to the four corners, delivered. But then there's going to be a remnant already on Mount Zion before Yahushua comes, the remnant of our people. Keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Understand? So while they're over there redeemed, there's going to be a lot of our people throughout the four corners of the earth keeping the commandments. Because the scriptures tell you, once the Antichrist can get that remnant who flees back into the wilderness from Mount Zion and so forth, from Israel, they're going to go back into the wilderness, and he can't get them because the Most High is going to be with that remnant. What is Satan going to do? What is the Antichrist going to do? He's going to turn his face towards who? The ones who are in the four corners keeping the commandments. Over here in America, Western Hemisphere, South America, the Caribbean, Europe, all over the place. He's going to turn his face towards them. See? And so then when Yahushua comes, he's going to deliver the ones in the four corners. And then even after that, what does the scripture say? When the Gentiles, when they find out that we are the chosen, and in those areas where where the angels and so forth didn't get all our people, right? It says even then the Gentiles are going to what? Take some of our people and bring them to Zion as for a blessing. So they're going to take, and that's going to be done in stages. It's not going to be done like one shot. So some of our people are going to already be over there. Some are going to be delivered by the angels in the four corners, and then some of our people are going to be brought by the Gentiles up to Mount Zion. Because they're going to want to receive a blessing then once they realize so that's why Scripture says they're going to take hold of him that called himself a Jew by the skirt. See? And they're going to grab hold of you. Look, man, I'll take you to Zion. Just when you get there, pray for me, okay?
Put in a good word.
Huh? Yeah. Put in a good word for me. See that priest right there? Let's put in that good word. Tell him I brought you and I spent the money to bring you to Zion. It costs a lot of money.
I give up everything just to get.
Don't forget. Don't forget.
See? Right, don't forget. And it's going to happen like that. Scriptures tell you that. You can read it in Isaiah.
Right.
Understand? So, that's in stages.
That's Zechariah 8 and 20.
Yeah. It's in stages, brother. See? So that's how the Most High deal. Understand? So, you coming in here now, and you getting to that point where you are, fully redeemed and fully have the Spirit, know the law, statutes, commandments, and everything. That's a process. So I've been in the truth over 30 years, and I still don't think I know enough. I'm still searching, okay, where's the truth at? Where's it at? because like he says, it evolves. So the scriptures that we learned 20 years ago, it evolved into something else. I'm like, hey, I read that scripture many times, I didn't see it. Many times. And all of a sudden the Most High said, you don't know half of what I have in here. After 30-something years. So we're still searching, still reading, still learning. Still got to study. See? So a man that think he know it all, he knows nothing. The scripture said. He that think himself knows something, knoweth nothing. He deceiveth himself.
Remember what Esau asked? You said, we know y'all coming back, but you coming back as friend or foe.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Yeah, how about that? Friend or foe? Because they know the scriptures. They know we're coming back with a two-edged sword in our hand. See? They know that. The scriptures tell you that. See? The common Christian reads that scripture. Okay? When the saints still come marching in with a two-edged sword. So they know. But they just got to ask. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Ben.
I was watching that tape with Tahar, right? And he said they confronted Donald Trump. And they said, Donald Trump, what is the future of America? And he didn't answer the question. He just like, come on, guys.
Oh, he did? Really? Ah, man, how about that? Even Donald Trump knows the future, brother. Even Donald Trump knows the future. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's why he acts the way he acts, man. You think really Donald Trump really care? Yeah, he don't care. He's just, Donald Trump, he got his resources in Europe. He got his housing in Europe. You know, when the destruction comes, Donald Trump is ready to move, brother.
It's all about his wealth and possession.
Yeah, he's out of here. Come on, all right. And most of them, a lot of them rich Edomites are starting to move out anyway now. They already got housing in Europe and Africa, all different types of places. All right, the ones that can afford it, they're moving out already. All right, because they know what's coming. All right, so we're the only ones that don't know what's coming. You know what I'm saying? We're still fighting and protesting. For what? It's useless, brother. It's useless. You know what I'm saying? They look at you as useless eaters anyway. It's useless. You know what I'm saying? You may as well return back to the truth and get the knowledge, wisdom of the Most High so you can begin to, conform yourself back to who you are so we can get the hell out of here. See? All right, go ahead. I'll read that. Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 52. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible.
See? So, incorruption. That's what the Most High are looking for, incorruption. We're corruptible now out there in the world, but the dead shall be raised incorruptible. Understand? The Most High going to raise you up, and you're going to be an incorruptible soul, body. All right? Go ahead, up.
And we shall be changed.
You see? And he said, we shall be changed. But right now, us coming into the truth now, you're in that process of change right here. You're sitting down learning the truth. That's the process of change. It's a process, brother. Understand? Yeah, there's going to be a last trump, but still, because you in it before that last trump, now you in that process of change. Yeah. Rehearsal. You in that process. And why does a person rehearse and practice? To get better. That's the only reason why a person practices it and rehearses, to get better. So that's what you're doing.
That final show.
Yeah. You know that curtain? When that curtain, draws back and you got it all there, the audience and everything, it's time to put up or shut up. So what are you going to do? Understand? Remember, remember the Most High still made you an individual. You have a mind. Okay? He gave you, he said, Hear, O Israel, this day I put before you the commandments. Choose what you're going to do. So if he gave you the spirit to choose, understand? That means he didn't make you a total robot. You're not a robot. You can choose. Some of us choose the wrong thing. All right? So go ahead, up.
Verse 53. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory.
Right, see? So you want to be able to, like Yahushua, conquer death. All right? And death is your sins. When you sin, you pretty much brought death upon yourself. Even though you're not maybe dead physically. Understand? But the Most High can bring death. Remember, he says because you're under grace. That's why some of you don't die right away. But again, the brother found that definition, but the wages of sin is death. So you're in the process now of trying to conquer death. That's what that is.
Did they get a definition of wages?
No.
No, not yet. Nobody didn't get it?
Yeah.
Wages.
No.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll get it. Yeah. You got it, sis? Read it.
It says recompense, reward, usually used in plural but singular or plural in construction. And,
A recompense,
yeah,
a reward.
reward.
So you're getting a reward. What's your reward for sin? Right. See? What's your reward for sin? It's death. Yeah. Remember, there's a good reward and there's a bad reward. So your reward for sin is going to be like the bad type you don't want. It's going to be that recompense, judgment. Yeah.
Even that comes in stages.
Yeah, that comes to stages too. Because Satan's against the evil work is not done right away. See? So the Most High is long suffering. So he can give you time to begin to redeem yourself from that sin.
Right.
Understand?
And then also too, wages also is accumulation of your payment.
Yeah.
So it takes time for you to accumulate that amount of payment,
The payment.
that you have put in.
Right.
So when you have accumulated that amount of payment and what you have done, what's the end result?
That's right.
The penalty.
The penalty. Right. So that's why he said the wicked are fitted for destruction.
Okay.
Because, like Ben said, it's built up. Your sins have built up to a point. Now they're fitted for it. What else can you do but destroy them? See? So that's why the Most High let this go on for so long, right? Right? The sins of the world and with the world, the lust of the world and everything go on for so long. And so now it's fitted for destruction. For the Most High to come and destroy it. Understand? Was that it? Yeah, get Galatians. Galatians, was it 5:17? Yep. Galatians 5:17.
Galatians 5, verse 17. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit.
See, the flesh lusteth against the spirit. And here's the battle now, right? The battle that you're going through, right? And we know that your body is flesh and it's weak. All it is dirt. That's all it is. It's weak. Right? But the spirit is stronger than the flesh. It's more powerful. Understand? It's more powerful. But you have to use knowledge and wisdom. Again, when you're confronted with a matter or a situation that you got to make a decision, a righteous decision, what are you going to do? Okay? Your spirit know that what the right decision is, but your flesh is weak. Your flesh is battling. So should I lay down with that man's wife or should I not? Understand? But your senses, all right, are coming from the flesh, are telling you, go ahead and do it. But your spirit is telling you, don't do it. You know what the penalty is. See the battle? So we battle that every day. Okay, go ahead, Op. It's going to tell you.
And the spirit against the flesh.
Spirit against the flesh. Go ahead.
And these are contrary the one to the other.
Say contrary one to the other. Because Satan controls the flesh, the Most High controls the spirit. Satan, he guides the cravings of the flesh. But the Most High guides the spirit. And so that's what you're fighting against. And the laws and statutes is what's what? Keeping you disciplined from making that wrong choice. Go ahead, Al.
So that ye cannot do the things that ye would.
See, there you go. Sin. You cannot do the thing. You know you want to do, keep the commandment, but you're not doing it. Go ahead, Al.
But if ye be led of the Spirit,
See, led of the Spirit. Go ahead.
ye are not under the law.
How about that? Why? Because somebody who's in the Spirit is what? Like a law unto themselves. You're going to keep the commandments. You're going to keep the commandments of the Most High anyway. You're going to do what is righteous. Some people do what is righteous and don't know nothing about the laws and statutes. Notice that?
Gun.
Some people had that spirit in them already.
Gun.
They don't know the laws and statutes, but they do. They're neighborly. They're civil. They're moral. They just do what the law contains. Because it's already in your spirit anyway.
Gun.
Understand? Go ahead, Up.
Verse 19. Know the works of the flesh are manifest,
See, now, here go the works of the flesh. Go to the works of Satan. Put it like that. The works of the flesh is the works of Satan. Go ahead, Up.
which are these:
Which are these? Here you go.
adultery,
Adultery.
fornication,
Go ahead.
uncleanness,
Go ahead.
le-
Lasciviousness,
lasciviousness,
which is lust. Okay, extreme lust. Go ahead.
idolatry,
Idol worship. Go ahead.
witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envyings, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in the time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High.
Why? Because that's the works of the flesh, works of Satan. Remember, corruption, that's corruption. Corruption cannot inherit incorruption. So the kingdom is not for you. That means the Most High got to put you to death. And then that person has to come back reincarnated into incorruptible society and then learn incorruption, from a newborn baby on up. How about that? Go ahead, Ben.
And all of those are transgression
Right.
of the law.
Of the law. How about
All
that?
of those are applicable to the law.
Exactly. Right. So when you commit those, of course, again, the wages of those sins is death. All right? And even our people that are in Israel that do these things. You know you're Israelite and you do this, you know you're getting death then.
Gun.
Just think about it. You know you're getting death then. Because you know you're not supposed to do it. The people out there in the world got more of a past than you do.
Gun.
How about that? Because they're ignorant to the truth. But you're not. See? So that's why he that knoweth to do good and doeth it not, see, to him it is sin. Go ahead, up.
Verse 22. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law.
See? So see the difference between the flesh and then the spirit, how they are contrary to one another. And this is what we're dealing with every time you walk out them doors. All right? You're dealing with that battle.
Totally opposite.
Yeah. Understand? And that's a hell of a battle, because even the Most High says, even in this present world, he wants you to do righteousness. But it's a negative world. How you gonna do it? See? So the Most High said he would not tempt you above that which ye can handle.
Gun.
He knows what you can handle, what you can't handle. Understand? But don't give in to temptation. See, battle it. But the Most High, again, still knows what you can do, what you can't do. And that's why you pray for strength. See? You pray for strength. Though that I am weak, I am strong in Yahweh. See? So that's what Paul said. He is weak, but in the Mashiach Yahushua, he became strong. See? Understand? So, was that it? Go ahead.
Verse 24. And they that are Hamashiachs have crucified the flesh with the afflictions and lust.
Right. See, you,
Affections and lust. Salaki.
yeah. So we have crucified the flesh. If you're in Yahushua, you're supposed to crucify it. Understand? Put it on the cross and destroy it. How about that? Okay. And then walk in the Spirit. All right. And get this one, 2 Corinthians 10 and 2. And we're almost finished here. 2 Corinthians 10 and 2. Read.
2 Corinthians 10, verse 2. But I beseech you that I may not be bold when I am present with that confidence, wherewith I think to be bold against some, which think of us as if we walked according to the flesh.
Go ahead.
For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh.
Okay, say right. So we don't war after the flesh. Understand? So you're supposed to accept the spirit of truth and righteousness in your loins, in your spirit, and let that guide you. All right? Not the addictions and cravings of the flesh. All right? Was that it? Yeah. Yeah.
Verse
Okay,
4.
go ahead. Go ahead. Read on. Go ahead. Yeah.
For the weapons of our warfare
Right.
are not carnal,
I
but
see the
mighty.
weapons. Read it one more time. Read it clear.
For the weapons of our warfare are
See,
not carnal.
See, the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. So, what's your weapon? Huh? Yeah. The Mashiach Yahushua. See? Your prayer to the Most High. Law, statute, and commandments. Spirit of truth. See? That's your weapons in this carnal world. So the Most High didn't leave you without weaponry. In the battle, right? When a man, when the army goes to battle, they have weapons on them. But imagine if an army going to battle with no weapons. They're going to be slaughtered, aren't they? They're going to be slaughtered. So the Most High, so you're not necessarily going to be slaughtered because you do have weapons. But you got to learn how to use them. So what if an army is given weapons, but now they don't know how to use the weapon? They're still going to be slaughtered, aren't they? Because you know what the hell you're doing. See? Even David said, I can't take that sword, Saul, it's too big for me. I'm not learned in it yet. But David did know how to use the slingshot, didn't he? Understand? David took the weapon that he was skilled in, not the weapon he wasn't skilled in. And then he was able to destroy the enemy until he learned how to use a sword. Understand? So you have the weapons here, and you're supposed to be skilled in this. Right? Spirit of truth, law, statute, commandments, Yahushua. And when you go back out in the world, in that carnal world, you're able to battle and fight because you have this weaponry here. Your armor. Right. But go ahead, Up.
But mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds.
So it's mighty towards the Most High. You're pulling down the strongholds. You can defeat Satan with this, right? The wiles of Satan trying to destroy you, you can defeat him with this. Come. Go ahead, Up.
Casting down imaginations.
See, and then also you cast down imaginations. So when you out there, you're speaking, and somebody come up, a scoffer comes up, right? You can cast him down with this. That's why we tell brothers always stay in the scriptures. But that's how you're going to defeat them. Because all that is Satan in that person. That's all it is Satan. Satan get in people, right? Next thing you know, you got a scoffer challenging you. But it's really that demon is challenging you. It's just in that individual. And how can you get rid of that demon? You got to stay in the scriptures. And that demon's powerful too. But you're even more powerful. As long as you stay in the scriptures, you're even more powerful. And eventually, what happens if you stay in the scriptures? The demon is going to
Flee.
Yeah, it's going to fall. He's going to wave. I'm saying he's not going to be able to stand up to the pressure and the fight because it's more powerful These weapons are more powerful than his weapons. You understand? Straight up.
And every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of the Most High.
Right, see? There's a lot of high things out there in the world that exalts himself against the Most High. That's coming against you. Go ahead, up.
And bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach Yahushua.
Right, see? So you can do that too. So even when you're on your job, you know, sometimes if they know you're an Israelite or whatever, and they're trying to mess with you, see, all you got to do is, you know, say your prayers and so forth. Understand? You have the weapons. But you don't have to come out, but you be intelligent. You have to say, well, you're the devil the Bible speaks of. Well, you know you're going to get a pink slip. It's over. See, you got to be intelligent too. Understand? That's why he said, above all, get understanding. See? Know that you're in the midst of your enemies. All right? And you ain't going to rail your enemy while you're in the midst of them. You might try to act like a friend. So you got to be wise as a serpent, right? Understand? Because you want your weekly check so you can go home and pay the rent. That's all. That's all you're doing it for. See? You know what I'm saying? So, hi, Bob. How you doing? What's up? Everything's chill. But what's that on you? Why you wear that ring? You know, it has a shield on it. What's this? Why you wear that menorah? Yeah, I'm a Hebrew. And that's all you tell him. And he looks at you strange. If he got any more questions, but what do you mean you're a Hebrew? Hebrew, what do you mean? I'm a Hebrew Israelite. Yeah. So you just...
That's another pig.
Yeah. Well, not all the time, because you're just giving them what he asks.
Right.
People ask me all the time, but I only give them what they ask for. I don't go into it. You know, if they ask further, I give them a little bit more. See? Normally, when you say Hebrew Israelite, they stop right there. And they give you that look. Oh, okay. And that's about it. You know what I'm saying? That's about it. And then they go amongst, you know, other staffers, whatever. He's the Hebrew Israelite. You know what I'm saying?
He's one of those guys.
Yeah, he's one of those. But you can be at your job for a long time and they can know all this. But because you're handling yourself the correct way, the Most High doesn't make them, you know, prevents them from firing you or giving you a pink slip. And they know you're a Hebrew Israelite. Understand? Because you're handling yourself the appropriate way with intelligence. Not saying, well, you're the devil the Bible speaks of. You're an Edomite, and you're going into captivity. That's it. We know it's over there. Yeah.
You know, I have a lot of situations I run into, people contact me from various letters.
Yeah.
And why a lot of people having problems, because when they take these jobs initially, they don't let the people know that they're Hebrew.
Yeah.
You
Know them. Yeah. Let them know that initially. You're
right.
correct.
So they put an application. Sure, I can work any day.
Yeah.
Then now you complaining because they say to work on the Sabbath.
That's it.
I work on the Sabbath. You gotta let these people know from
the jump.
that you know I honor the Sabbath day.
Right.
They would never ask a Jewish person to
No.
work on the Sabbath.
How about that?
So interesting. A sister asked me the other day. She works in a supermarket. So she wants to be able not to scan unclean items. I'm like, how you gonna accomplish that?
Well, how you gonna do that? Right.
Right, you gotta find either you quit or find a place, like a halal place or a kosher place. But
Right.
You can't be on a line. Somebody got a ham hock and tell them to go to another line.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I mean, the request that I hear is like crazy. You know,
Crazy.
When you go to these jobs,
Right.
you gotta tell them you're a Hebrew.
Yeah.
Don't wait till you 6 months in and then now you complain because you can't get days off or they
Right.
can't come in.
Got
It's a problem.
Right. Very good.
And God says you too, and then certain things you just have to use wisdom and deal with it because you're in captivity.
Right.
You understand? If you're working, you gotta handle pork and stuff.
Right.
That's something you gotta do.
That's something you gotta deal with. You're not eating it.
You're not eating it.
But,
That's
you
the
know,
situation. That's the situation that you have
Right.
that you have been dealt with. You have
Right.
to deal with it.
You gotta deal
All
with
you have to do is use the proper wisdom.
Proper
in
wisdom.
how you're dealing with the situation.
Right. That's like, you know, you're taking the train here. You know, a bunch of unclean people on the train. You know what I'm saying? But now, all of a sudden, you're rubbed against a woman, maybe on her menstrual. So what are you going to do? You know, so you're using wisdom. You know, that's your job. You know, so, you know, there's certain things that we are in a position that we can't help, you know what I'm saying, but touch the unclean thing, or, you know what I'm saying? But that comes with the job. You understand? So,
applies to the grace.
Right.
The grace.
Applies to the grace.
In a way,
Right.
you know, it's like being over righteous.
Right. Don't be so over righteous where now you can't get a job, you ain't working. Now how you gonna support your family?
Right.
And don't expect the Most High to bring you money out the air, because it ain't gonna happen. Nigga, get a job. You know, that's what brothers think. Well, Lord, I quit my job because I don't want to, touch the pork or whatever, because I'm a cashier or whatever. Okay, so what do you want the Most High to do?
God.
He blessed you with the job, now you didn't mess it up.
God.
So you got to use wisdom. Understand? You got to use wisdom.
And also to correct in that scripture too. In that scripture it says the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Some people say, well, y'all Israelites, y'all teach against the system. Why are you not going to take on the white man? Because that's not our job.
That's not our job. Right.
Once we enter into that arena, so we want to take the white man down, that's when the Most High going to flip the whole thing against
Yeah,
us.
right,
That's
exactly.
not our position.
That's not our position.
That's
Right.
right. We're supposed to go out there and exalt and promote the Most High.
Right.
And let them know
Right.
it's the Most High.
Most
bring them
High.
down.
Right.
But for us to go and take how to get guns and go and fight Esau and take his system down.
We're gonna
you
lose.
Defend yourself.
Right.
You protect yourself.
Right.
But for you to go and get arms and go and take this because
Right.
you want to help America and you want to be part of America, you dead wrong.
Dead wrong.
You
Right.
understand? Yeah.
Right. Okay. Very good. Was that it up?
Verse 6.
And what is verse 6? And yeah, let's read that and that'll be it.
Verse 6. And having in readiness to revenge all disobedience.
See, you have a readiness to revenge. What did it say? Avenge?
Revenge all
Revenge.
disobedience.
Go ahead.
When your obedience is fulfilled.
When your obedience is fulfilled. See, obedience. See? So that's what the Most High requires for us to obey. See? And that was it, right? So that's it. All right. Akim. All right. Aqua. So, yeah, go ahead.
I have one scripture, Ecclesiastes.
Oh, yeah, you can read that. Very good.
Ecclesiastes, in the Apocrypha, chapter 17, verse 31. What is brighter than the sun? Yet the light thereof faileth, and flesh and blood will imagine evil.
Yeah, how about that? See, flesh and blood imagines evil.
Good.
Carnal, because it's carnal. It wants what it wants. And then, Quara, go to Ecclesiastes 23 and 6. That'll be the last one.
All right, we're in the book of Ecclesiastes, in the Apocrypha, chapter 23, verse 6. Let not the greediness of the belly, nor lust of the flesh take hold of me.
See, don't let the lust of the flesh take hold of you. Because the flesh is always lusting. But once it takes hold of you and you can't control it, and you go indulge into that wickedness, whatever it is, then of course there's no other choice but the Most High to do what? Destroy you, or cut you off, keep you indulgent, keep you out there, until you make the decision that you're going to refrain from it. Come?
Good.
Okay. So Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom.
All right. Let's, yeah. Where's Karaza Allah? I need Karaza Allah up here.
Now, I see you.